everyone, and welcome to this brand new two-part series where I take you along the process of building my brand new bag. Building a bag is such an exciting activity. It brings me back to when I just started and I didn't know anything about disc golf and I just wanted to try all of the discs. Discovering new discs, finding the right weight and plastic, seeing if the rim feels good in the hand. There's just so many things that go into finding the perfect disc. Luckily now I have some experience and a good idea of what flights I want out of my discs. Finding all the new discs you need could be a little bit overwhelming. So to make this as simple as possible, I'm going to be trying to find an overstable, stable, and understable disc in each category. And from there, I'll be able to find the holes that I need to fill. So let's start with arguably the most important category. Finding a new putter was probably the most stressful part about taking a new sponsorship. I rely heavily on my putting and find that a lot of my confidence comes from this. So it's safe to say that picking a new putter was very important to me. Luckily, I was able to find these PA3s. They are 200G plastic and have a really nice gummy texture. The main thing that I was looking for in my putter was a nice bead, and with the PA3 I found just that. They are a bit more stable than what I'm used to putting with, but that makes them so much more reliable in a headwind. This putter allowed for minimum change in my putting form, and all I have to do is just put a tad bit more anhyzer on my release. Now getting the PA3 in the more durable 350G plastic makes them a perfect choice for my main throwing putter. I tried a bunch of other putters, which some did make it into the bag, so why the PA3? Well, I found it to be pin straight, super reliable with tons of glide, allowing me to throw it on all types of holes up to 250 feet. Also, I got my first ace with it the second day I was playing with it, so yeah, it won my confidence. As for my stable putter, I started my search with the A3. The A3 is an approach disc with the numbers 4403. I'm not totally sure if it's the run that I got, but this thing is so stable. I'm able to release it on a crazy anhyzer angle and it still fights out and is stable at the end. This will definitely come in handy, but not exactly what I'm looking for my approach shots. So with that in mind, I moved on to the PX3. This disc has a really nice bead and feels so good in the hand. I found this disc to be slightly more stable than the PA3, but not stable enough for my approach shots. I think I'll be reaching for this disc when there's a little bit too much of a headwind for my PA3. So I'm still unsure about what my approach disc is going to be, but I think I'm going to keep throwing the A3 and see if it beats in to be a little bit less stable. On the other spectrum of stability, I was able to find the perfect disc right away. This had the perfect rim depth that felt really good in the hand. When I threw it, it had a beautiful turnover flight that made it perfect for hyzer flips as well. This disc is the PA4 in 350G plastic. So with these discs in my bag, I feel pretty confident about my putter category. Let's move on to mid-ranges. What I'm looking for in my mid-ranges is total control and accuracy. I use them when I need a little more distance than a putter, but still require an accurate shot with minimal skip. I tend to lean towards mids that have a lot of glide because I just love seeing the disc just go fly forever. I started trying out the Ace model versions, this being the M Model S and the M Model US. I was really interested in the Ace model plastic and wanted to give it a go. It's really smooth, less gummy, and a bit stiffer than the 400 plastic. Out of the two, I found that the M Model US worked better with the shots that I was trying to achieve. Then I tried the M4, and that flew beautifully. It was definitely more stable than I thought it would be. I don't know if it was because I got the Kale LaVisca Signature Series line, but I was like, oh, maybe it will be great for my more stable mid. But after throwing it over a couple weeks, it's definitely beating in and it's super straight now with tons of glide. So with the stable slots still needing to be filled, I tried the M2. So the M2 definitely does not have the glide that the M4 does, but it has that nice stability that I can count on in a headwind, and that's just what I need. So I do not have any really understable mids, which I'm hoping that either the M4 or the M Model US beat into the perfect understable mid. But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know because I'm really interested in trying out more discs and finding that perfect understable mid. Now on to my fairways. The Prodigy lineup is stacked with fairways and I'm really excited about them. I find that my arm speed lines up really nice with fairways, so I'm able to get the most out of the disc in this category. And to be honest, I'm having a really hard time committing to just a few. I keep throwing a bunch on every hole and I just find different reasons to love every one. The ones that I am currently trying are the F1, the F3, the FX3, the F5, the F7, F Model US, and the FX2. Yes, that is a lot of Fs, but each one has a really nice flight and respond differently in winds, so I gotta keep throwing them and find out what one's my perfect fairway disc. I've been using the F1 for my more overstable requirements, but I found that it's not as stable as the number suggests. I'm not sure if it's the one that I have, but it's definitely not as stable as I thought. It has a really nice flight actually, but not what I'm looking for. I'm going to try and see if I can get it in a 750 plastic to see if it's more stable with a more premium plastic. Now the FX2 is another stable fairway in my bag right now. I've been loving the flight. It's definitely more stable than my F1. I can trust it into a headwind, and I can even put a tad bit of anhyzer and it won't flip on me. So this is going to be the disc that I rely on when there is a headwind or need that overstability at the end of a shot. Now the first time I threw the F3, I knew right away that it was going to be a staple in my bag. When your first shot with a disc goes perfectly as you planned, that's when you know it's going to be a great disc. This disc has a beautiful flight with a nice turn and a smooth finish, making it a great candidate for my stable fairway. The only problem with it is I want it in a different color. I have a couple lime green discs in my bag right now and I get confused when I'm going through them because I have like 3 of the same color, so I might have to dye this one or find a cooler color. Now this disc is awesome. This disc is so dramatic. You can get some crazy hyzer flips out of this, or it can even be a great roller disc. This disc is also awesome for when there is a super big tailwind pushing your disc down and wanting it to hyzer out. This disc will stay super straight and have a great flight. It's definitely going in my bag when I need a creative shot, get out of trouble, when I start throwing rollers. I think that will be fun. But for the understable position in my bag, I will be bagging the F5. I can hyzer flip this disc and it has a beautiful turn and comes back just a little bit at the end. I think the F5 is going to be my new favorite woods disc. With this setup currently in my bag, I feel very confident to go out to any course and know that I have a disc for every shot. But there are so many other discs that I still want to try in each category. So in the next video, we will be covering the hybrid drivers, distance drivers, and the X Series drivers. So make sure you come back and see what else is in my bag. I'm really excited to show you my lineup. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.